Hey Hunters, Halo Zoo here for another D&D 5.5 preview. This time talking about the Druid. So this is the last of the support classes alongside the Bard and the Cleric for today. Uh, so D&D 5.5 is a massive homebrew project that I'm working on, which is basically a big conversion of 5e that just keeps getting crazier and crazier. And this has been my updates for post 2024 Player's Handbook. So the new stuff added there is getting factored in and considered, unless it's barred because that one sucks. But anyway, let us get into the Druid. So first level, we get the Druid Circle, the Primal aspect, which is just Primal Order but renamed. Spellcasting, Druidic, and Gifts of the Wild now. So Gifts of the Wild is what Wild Shape has become, except it's actually called something generic, and it's not just Wild Shape anymore. Uh, so yeah, uh, and you have Wild Shape from the start, with Terrestrial and Tiny Form available to you, and you also have the Wild Companion option available to you. So you'll notice that Wild Shape does imply that it works quite different to how it does normally. So, uh, actually, I'm gonna reword this. So yeah, it's worded like that now. Anyway, uh, so then at second level, we now have Beast Spells, which appears way earlier than it did before. However, Beast Spells is now, rather than just, oh, and suddenly you can cast all your spells in Beast form, now you gradually get more and more spells available to you while in Beast form. So, at second level, you just get cantrips. Uh, then at third level, we get a circle feature, but the first Gifts of the Wild improvement. So you'll notice this is appearing a level earlier than it did before. This one is going to be aquatic form, magical attacks, and improved familiar. Fourth level, ability score increase in defeat, as per usual. Fifth level is Earthen Fury, aka Elemental Fury, but earlier, just like with the Cleric, in their Sacred Blessings. Also, Wild Resurgence and first rank beast spells. Sixth level is Circle feature. Ugh. Uh, so you get a circle feature here now. Uh, seventh level, we have second rank B spells and also the next Gifts of the Wild upgrade. This time for the aerial form and the large form. So you get access to being large this way. Eighth level is ability score increase in defeat. You know the drill. Ninth level, we have Druid's Communion. So yeah, several of the classes are just going to get a commune feature, as well as the third rank B spells. 10th level, we get a circle feature. 11th is the returning timeless body. We also get fourth rank B spells, and Gifts of the Wild now gives you the second rank bestial spirit, though that is maybe going to change. 12th level, we have ability score increase in a feat, yada yada yada. 13th is improved Earthen Fury and 5th rank B spells. 14th level is going to be a circle feature. 15th level, I forgot I was doing something. There was something new here that I forgot to put in. Let me just grab the name of that real quick. Attuned with the Wilds. So yeah, that is Attuned with the Wilds now. So that is a new feature, or quote unquote new. It's actually part of Arc Druid moved forward. 16th level, ability score increase in feat, as usual. 17th level, we get 6th rank B spells. 18th, 4th rank Bestial Spirit from Gifts of the Wild. 19th is ability score increase in defeat. And 20th level is Arc Druid and a circle feature, though it is a new version of Arc Druid. HP for the Druid, D8 hit dice per level, 8 plus con score HP at first, 5 plus con modifier HP after first. So pretty standard. Just the overarching change for con score HP to start with, because that just works better. Armor proficiencies, still light armor and shields. But there is a blurb that traditional druids don't use metal armor or shields. You don't have to follow that blurb, but it will be something that you can choose to do. Anyway, weapons, you get simple weapons, hand axes, scimitars, and short swords. So it's not just a scimitar anymore. You do get a hand axe and a short sword, but well. I kind of like the idea that they have, you got an axe for being a woodsman and stuff, and a short sword because it's kind of just stabby scimitar. Tool, you get the herbalism kit, you get int and whiz saves. Skills, you get to pick 2 from animal handling, arcana, now athletics, insight, medicine, nature, perception, religion, also stealth, and survival. So you do have some more moving around skills added. Spellcasting, still use wisdom as your spellcasting ability. Still use druidic foci. Cantrips, as standard. Spells prepared, there's an overarching change that when you would change out your spells prepared, you can choose up to whiz spells and prepare a different spell in their place now, instead of just replace any number of them. This is a change I want to experiment with. Might further refine this. I don't know. It's a idea I'm considering, is how I'd put it. First level, we have Druid Circle, then Primal Aspect. So there's 4 options. Originally, this was just going to be 3, but it's now 4 instead of 2. We have the Wild Heart, which may or may not be intended, especially for Circle of the Moon. You get proficiency with medium armor and one of the following skills from Acrobatics, Athletics, Sleight of Hand, or Stealth. Sentinel, which is the Warden option renamed. As a fun fact, these are actually named after the 4 subclasses for Druid that are going to be in the D&D 4e project I'm working on, with Sentinel and Protector being existing ones, but the Wild Heart being the replacement for Beast Heart, and then Reclaimer being another one. But that is a whole different project that I'm not going to talk about right now. But the Sentinel get proficiency with medium armor and martial weapons. And while using a weapon you're proficient with, as the 2 of the cleric builds do, you get to use wisdom instead of dexterity or strength for attack and damage rolls. Protector, get proficiency with 2 of the following skills from Arcana, Nature, Persuasion, and Religion. Use wisdom instead of intelligence for those skills. And you learn Druid cantrip of your choice. Reclaimer, though, this one is only proficient with martial weapons, but they also get Insight, Investigation, or Perception. And when using a weapon you're proficient with, use wisdom instead of dexterity or strength for the attack and damage rolls, as you'd expect. So yeah, there's a bit of variety now with them, so you get the full options now. Spellcasting, saw it already. Druidic, so you learn the special Druidic language. You also always have Speak with Animals prepared, and you can cast it without using a spell slot. Can't do so again until you finish Long Rest. So basically, once per day, you get a free Speak with Animals. Gifts of the Wild, though. So you have only 2 abilities from Gifts of the Wild, but you actually start with 3. But there's just 2 default ones. Well, you have 2, but usually you'll have 3. There will be 2 exceptions, though. One of them we'll see, and the other will be seen later. But you have a number of uses as shown here, which you go from 2 to 5. And you regain 1 use when you finish short rest. all of them when you finish a long rest. 10th level, you're getting 2 uses when you finish short rest. Gotta have a Druidic focus to use them. If they use a saving throw, use your spell save DC. Wild Shape, though, this has a massive change. So instead of working like it did before, you have access to the... so it's basically a templated Wild Shape. So you get to choose a form that you take. So there's going to be a variety of forms, some of which require being a certain size, others require being a certain level minimum to get them. And you can stay in one of those beast forms for up to half your druid level, rounded up in hours. So it will go from 1 to 10 hours. And you revert to your normal form unless you expend another use of this feature. And you revert to it early using a bonus action on your turn. And you automatically revert if you fall unconscious, drop 0 HP, or die. So you still use your normal HP just like 2024, so no cheesing the hell out of things as a Moon Druid. But you get temporary points equal to your Wisdom modifier plus your Druid level when you enter Wild Shape. And they're lost when you exit it, so it's not just a, oh, enter Wild Shape for temporary points and leave it. It doesn't happen anymore. You can't cast spells, and your ability to take any action that requires hands is limited to capabilities of beast form. Transforming doesn't break concentration on a spell you've already cast, however. And you still use actions as part of a spell, such as Call Lightning. Retain the benefit of any features from your class, race, etc., etc. You don't have special senses unless the new form has them. Though I might actually cut this because of how it works. Yeah, I'm going to cut that. So that's irrelevant now due to the way they work. You choose whether your equipment falls to the ground in your space, merges in your new form, or is worn by it. Worn equipment functions as normal, but the DM decides whether it's practical for the new form to wear it, based on the shape and size. Equipment doesn't change shape, size, shape. Then you do gain the benefits of armor, but other equipment doesn't function. So other than armor, as you do get armor, but so any armor effects that you have on you, those still work, but you don't get the AC unless it's higher than the beast form. So if you have like armor that gives you 18 AC in your form with 16 AC, then you get to use the 18 AC for it. Choose the size of your form when you enter it, choosing either tiny, small, or medium. At 7th level, you can choose a large form. And then at 3rd level, your bestial strike attacks always count as magical. Then at first, we only have terrestrial forms, but we can be tiny, small, or medium from the beginning. 3rd level, we get access to the aquatic forms. And at 7th level, we get aerial forms and the ability to go large. Then Wild Companion, as a standard action, can spend a wild gift to cast the Find Familiar spell without material components. When you cast it this way, it can be a Fae instead of a beast. And the Familiar disappears after a number of hours equal to half your druid level. Rounded up, of course. And at 3rd level, your Familiar has +3 AC and +2 on all saving throws. At 12th level, you can spend 2 uses of Wild Gifts to cast Summon Beast at 2nd rank without using material component. And it lasts a number of minutes equal to half your druid level, rounded up. 18th level, cast at 4th rank this way. So basically, you just get a Summon Beast. Might cut that for something else. Not sure what, but you get the idea. Second level, we get Beast Spells, so you can cast cantrips while in a wild shape. If you add Magiro components in your normal form, you automatically provide them for the spell. If a spell requires a hand open, such as Flameblade, can't use it in beast form. You can't cast rituals as a beast. Fifth level, you can cast first rank spells in beast form, etc. So it scales up. Fifth level, Earthen Fury, so you get either Primal Strike or Potent Spell Casting. 13th level, it improves. So Primal Strike at first, once per round we hit with a weapon attack, bestial strike, deal plus 1d8 damage of either acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder damage. 13th level, it's plus 2d8. Potent Spell Casting, though. Whenever you deal damage with a Druid cantrip, add plus whiz to damage dealt. 13th level, also add plus whiz to the damage each target of Druid spells cast first rank or higher. And whenever you deal damage with a Druid cantrip, you can slow the target speeds by 10 feet till the start of your next turn. So rather than the kind of stupid, oh, your range is increased to 300 feet for all Druid cantrips. That's very useful, right? Except for one very, very specific use that's kind of stupid. Yeah, no, instead it's just, oh yeah, you can slow people. As like roots and vines are entangling them and stuff like that. Fifth level, we get Wild Resurgence as well. Whenever you expend a Wild Gift use, you can expend a spell slot of first rank or higher instead. And when you expend a first rank spell slot, expend a Wild Gift use instead. Druids Communion at ninth, always have Communion with Nature prepared. And once per day, you can cast it as a ritual with the normal casting time. So basically just, yeah, here's Communion with Nature. Have fun. 11th level, we have Timeless Body. You only age 1 year for every 10 that pass. You're also immune to poison and disease. So kind of what it was before, pretty much. 15th level, Attuned with the Wilds. Whenever you roll initiative, you regain 1 use of Wild Gift. So basically, you always have more Wild Gift uses available. 20th level, though, we have Arc Druid. This is slightly a placeholder. It's more than what I had before, but oh well. Once per round, whenever you cast a Druid spell, use a Wild Gift ability, or make a Bestial Strike attack. You can grant yourself or a creature in 30 feet of you Wisdom modifier temporary hit points, and then make a melee spell attack against a creature in 60 feet of you, and that creature takes 1d8 acid, bludgeoning, cold, fire, lightning, piercing, poison, slashing, or thunder damage. And you slow the target speeds by 5 feet until the start of your next turn. So basically just nature fights by your side constantly, is the idea there. Might change this out. I don't know what else to do with it, though. So it's just this for now. But I do think it is a powerful feature, at least. So it is doing kind of crazy stuff. Then the circles. So we've got circles of the land, moon, sea, and dreams instead of stars. With Circle of Sea being the only new to 2024 subclass that is getting an update right now, because the other two I really don't think needed to be added. Circle of the Sea, however, I will be honest, is the subclass I never knew we needed. It's like, in hindsight, it's like, yeah, no, we actually needed this. Even though Circle of the Land used to have a coastal option, now it's its own subclass, and that has been updated a little bit. But this is where the work in progress rears its head, as well as Druid forms, but yeah, there's a reason I'm not showing them off yet. Anyway, Circle of the Land. You learn an extra Druid cantrip of your choice. Still, I might change this to get the extra cantrip from Power of the Land. But speaking of Power of the Land, when you prepare spells during a long rest, choose Arid, Polar, Temperate, or Tropical. Gain the spells of their list as circle spells. And you also have an associated land energy, which is used for certain features. So for Arid, you have fire and slashing damage. And they have Burning Hands, Flaming Sphere, Melts Minute Meteors, Wall of Fire, and Immolation. Polar has the new Chill Strike spell, which is just a single target spell that also slows a creature down and limits their ability to take actions. Snillick Snowball Swarm, Cold Snap, which is just a single target spell that does hefty damage and freezes a target in place. Ice Storm and Cone of Cold, and they do cold and piercing damage. Temperate, meanwhile, they get Lightning Strike, a new spell that is just call lightning as a individual spell that may or may not also synergize into that spell when you cast it. You also get Storm Arc, a new spell coming in that is going to basically just be mini chain lightning. So you hit one person, and it arcs off to hit two other people. Third level is Lightning Bolt. So you know what that is. Fourth rank is Storm Sphere. Fifth rank has Thunderbolt Strike, another new spell that just is a big strike of lightning to one target, and then it bursts with thunder around it. And their land types are lightning and thunder damage. Tropical, meanwhile, they have Ray of Sickness, Melf's Acid Arrow, Choking Brambles, which is a new spell that is basically, think of it as Ensnaring Strike with the AoE of Entangle. So, very simple spell, but hey, it works. Vitriolic Sphere and Insect Plague, and they are associated with acid and poison damage. First level, our Wild Gift is Wrath of the Land. So you can expend a Wild Gift as a standard action to create a burst of Primal Wrath in 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point in 120 feet of you. Each creature of your choice in the sphere must make a Dex save using your spell save DC, which I can actually cut from this because that's just part of Wild Gift. Or take D12 plus Wiz, Bludgeoning, and Land types damage. So basically, if you're in Temperate mode, it's Bludgeoning, Lightning, and Thunder. Polar, it's Bludgeoning, Cold, and Piercing, etc., etc. And each other creature in the sphere gains your proficiency bonus plus Wisdom temporary hit points. So it doesn't heal anymore. But that's because a certain other subclass is the one that has a heal. Damage increases by D12 with cantrips, so instead of scaling stupidly, it scales in the way you'd expect it to. Yeah, it's that simple. Third level, meanwhile, we get Natural Recovery. So during a short rest, you can regain some of your expended spell slots equal to half your Druid level, round it up, but you can't get 6th level or higher spell slots back. And you only use this once per day. So pretty much what it was before, but yeah. Then at 6th level, we have Land Stride. So moving through, basically you can move through plants easier, so you ignore that difficult terrain and don't take damage from them. And you have advantage on saving throws against plants that are magically created or manipulated. And you ignore the areas of such spells that you cast entirely. So, yeah, if you cast Entangle, you ignore it. You pretend it doesn't exist. At least for your movement. So that's a fun thing you can do now. Primal Empowerment at 6th level. This is another new feature. Basically, whenever you damage or heal a target with a spell or Wrath of Land for the first time each round, add plus 1d6 to damage and healing done. At 14th level, the bonus becomes 1d10. Yeah, it's just kind of there. May or may not predate the Earth and Fury being added in, but I might keep this around. Nature's Ward at 10th level. I'm also going to add Weapon Attack to this, just for the sake of it. Or actually, I'm going to change this to be... or actually... Yeah, I think I'm going to have it be... Well, actually, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably add, make it where if you do this with damage, it is of your land types. But then 10th level, we have Nature's Ward, so you can't be charmed or frightened by beasts. Fey plants have advantage on saves against, and then you have advantage on being charmed, frightened by other creatures. And you have resistance to bludgeoning and land energy damage. So basically, whatever you do with Wrath of Land, you resist those types. 14th level, you have Nature's Sanctuary. So whenever a beast, fey, or plant creature attacks you, must make a Wiz save against your Druid spell save DC. On a fail, it must choose a different target to attack, or it misses, succeeds, immune for 24 hours, and creatures are aware if they choose to attack you. But this is also where Druid of Many Lands shows up. So basically, you choose 2 biomes and you have both at once. So basically, just 2 little buffs, but it's there. This also means you have 5 resistances at a time now, by the way. 20th level, though, One with the World. I actually can remove that. A bit more space than I need. But yeah, One with the World. What this does, you just have all 4 biomes active through Power of the Land. So you're now in all of them and have all 8 resistances plus bludgeoning. And Wrath of the Land does all 9 of those damage types. And as a bonus action on your turn, which can be part of the action to cast a spell or part of an action to activate a spell's ability, you can use Wrath of the Land without expending a wild gift, but it only deals 4d4 plus Wiz damage. It only grants Wisdom modifier temporary hit points. So yeah, you can just spam Wrath of the Land now as a bonus action. So you get to just blast everything with it now. So then we move down to Circle of the Moon. So they have their circle spells. So these are similar to what they were before. However, you'll notice their cantrip is now Thorn Whip instead of Starry Wisp. Mostly because I felt like I just want Thorn Whip to be the one. Just fits better, in my opinion. Especially because of its pull. You will note that literally the next level you do get all cantrips, but you just have Thorn Whip for free. And always have access to it. And you get to spam it in Wild Shape from the start. Kin to the Wild. But they also have, of course, Cure Wounds, Moonbeam, Conjure Animals, which is actually closer to the original 2014 version, just with, it's kind of like the 2014 version mixed with Summon Beast, is how I would describe it. But that's what it's going to do now. What it does now, in a very nerfed version, because, oh my gosh, is the new version overpowered, that is going to be a new spell. 4th rank is Fountain Moonlight, and 5th rank is Mass Cure Wounds. Then we have Kin to the Wild at 1st level. So your max HP increases by 2 per Druid level, so you now have way more HP, since you are very much a melee build. Temporary hit points you get from entering Wild Shape is equal to your Constitution modifier, plus your Wisdom modifier, plus twice your Druid level. So effectively you get roughly double the temporary hit points. And you can cast Cure Wounds on yourself as a bonus action while Wild Shape is active. So, remember how Combat Wild Shape worked before? That is still going to work with Cure Wounds this time around. So, rather than just have a different ability that's basically Cure Wounds on yourself, now you just Cure Wounds on yourself as a bonus action in Wild Shape. Circle forms at 3rd level. Whenever you use Wild Shape, you get a form power, and you use that once per Wild Shape use. Not sure what these are going to be, but I'm thinking this is going to be how you get stuff like you can constrict people, get a poison bite, that sort of stuff. So that is going to be part of this that you get. I might just make this so heavy work in progress. What that does, not certain, but I have a vague idea. Claws of the Moon at 6th. As a standard action while in wild shape, make 2 attacks with bestial strikes instead of just 1, and your bestial strikes deal radiant damage in addition to their normal type. So yeah, you just go crazy. You're the master of wild shape now. So they don't get a new wild gift. They just make wild shape even better. And while this would technically still leave Wild Companion without a master of it, there will be someone who does do that. And it is going to be Circle of the Shepherd. Since it's summon stuff and they care about summoning things, I'm going to make them do that. But anyway, at 10th level for Circle of the Moon, you get Moonlight Step. As a move action, you teleport a distance equal to your current highest speed plus 10 feet. So basically, whatever your highest move speed is, you teleport that far and further. And you have advantage on the next attack roll you make before the end of your next turn. So this basically shows a design change with how move actions work. So now you have various alternate move actions you can get from various sources. And a lot of teleport abilities are going to change to be move actions. And you can use this move action whiz times. You regain all when you finish a long rest. At 14th level, you can teleport an ally in 5 feet of you from where you started to a place in 5 feet of where you teleport to. So yeah, this is just slightly modified. So it's not a super dash anymore. It's no, you do have a. It is better than your normal movement, but it's still part of moving. 14th level, we have 1,000 forms. So instead of the new one, it still has 1,000 forms. But this is completely different, and it's not crap and totally off-brand. Instead, while Wild Shape is active, you can use a bonus action to swap between forms and sizes freely without ending the effect. And if you change from one Wild Shape form to another, you can't use a Bestial Strike in the new form that turn. So basically, the idea is that you can't just, oh, I'm flying, and then go over and fly, land, turn into a land creature, whap somebody, and then go fly off. You can't do that sort of stuff, but yeah, so it's like, no, this is actually useful. You also get Apex Beast. Whenever you enter a wild shape, you can also choose to become huge, gaining a -2 penalty to AC, but you get +1 to attack rolls and deal plus proficiency bonus damage with bestial strikes. So yeah, you just get big and whack hard. At 20th level, though, you can become gargantuan instead, so you have -2 to AC and saving throws, but you get +2 on attack rolls and plus twice your proficiency bonus to damage with bestial strikes. So yeah, you just go crazy. Though I might also make it the gargantuan part is instead going to be special 3 special forms exclusive to Circle of the Moon, where basically you get kaiju forms, because why the craze not? Then at 20th level, we have Druid of Claw and Fang. So Wild Shape can be used as a free action once per round on your turn. Add an extra +1 to attack rolls, and +1 to damage rolls with all your attacks in Wild Shape. And you can cast any Druid spell in Wild Shape. So you're not just limited to 6th rank or lower. No, you get all your spells in Wild Shape. So moving on to the stuff that is definitely a work in progress, we got Circle of Dreams, which only has 2 things done for it. Because, yeah, it's bad. It is definitely the worst Druid Circle by far. That said, it is more playable than other worst subclasses in certain classes. This is not Rogue or Monk. in 2014 at least. Yeah, this is... You can play it. It's fine. It's just the worst by far. Especially since it's got, like, Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow, which is just a very niche utility ability. Walker and Dreams, which is just, once again, very niche utility. Hidden Paths is okay, but not amazing. And Balm of the Summer card is just, yeah, it's more healing. That's it. Anyway, what it has now, you get circle spells. So you get Friends as a cantrip. You also get Healing Word and Sleep as first rank spells. Calm Emotions and Lesser Restoration at second rank. Mass Healing Word and Summon Fae at third rank. Aura of Purity and Hallucinatory Terrain at fourth rank. And Dream and Yolanda's Regal Presence at fifth rank. Then the only other feature I have right now is their Wild Gift, Balm of the Summer Court, which may look somewhat familiar to you if you've seen the 1D&D playtests. But you can expend a Wild Gift as a standard action to create a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point 30 feet of you of Soothing Blossoms and Restorative Energy. Roll Wiz plus 1 d6 dice and add your Druid level to the total. Distribute that much HP among any number of creatures of your choice in the sphere. Yeah, no, it's just Healing Blossoms, but as a Wild Gift exclusive to Circle of Dreams. And it replaces their original Balm of the Summer Court as their like Wild Gift use. So that's all I've got right now, but I do like the idea that they have the healing ability, and their healing ability is now a Wild Gift instead of just, oh yeah, here's a bunch of d6s to heal people with. Just like Celestial Warlock had. So, yeah, no, it's something different now. Circle of the Sea last, but not least, because it's more complete than the Circle of Dreams. Still a work in progress, because they got 3 features I need to work on. Because Oceanic Gift, I don't know what to do with yet. First level, though, we get circle spells. So you get Ray of Frost, Fog Cloud, Thunderwave, Gust of Wind, Shatter, Lightning Bolt, Water Breathing, Control Water, Ice Storm, Conjure Elemental, and Hold Monster. Might work on this a bit more, refine it a bit, but that's what they got right now. AKA exactly what they got before. And also, Conjure Elemental is going to be similar but different to Summon Elemental. Just like Conjure Animals, it's more like 2014. But it will not be exactly 2014. Like, Conjure Animals is not going to be just summon raptors and call it a day. And, of course, this does mean no breaking the game with effing pixies. Granted, I still don't know why pixies were made the way they were, but they were. But the idea is that those spells will actually be more like 2014, with the 2024 Conjure spells being completely different. Or they're quote-unquote new spells. Also at first level, we now have Aquatic Affinity. You gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed, and can hold your breath for up to 10 minutes. I'm just going to change that due to the change to have that lower. Anyway, you can also use the fully aquatic wild shape form, which is one of the aquatic forms you can choose from, as there's going to be 4 available currently. One is tiny only. Then there's also an amphibious and a fully aquatic one that it can't go on land, but you're very fast in the water. Well, amphibious, you can be in both. Fine. But for fully aquatic form, your speed is reduced to 30 feet until you're 3rd level or higher. So you get fully aquatic form, but you have to wait till 3rd level to get the full bonus of it. But you can still become a fish from the start, since you are a Circle of the Sea. First, we also got their wild gift called Tidal Storm, which is just Wrath of the Sea. Yeah, it's not the most original, but oh well. Can expend a wild gift as a bonus action to create a tidal aura a 60-foot emanation around you. Lasts for 10 minutes until you're knocked unconscious. Also, side note with aquatic affinity, you can hold your breath 10 times longer. You don't get water breathing because it's actually from here. So while tidal aura is active, you can breathe normally underwater. I might actually say on land or underwater. So if you have water breathing only, you're able to breathe on land. When you create the aura and at the start of your turn, target creature in the aura must make a con save or take 1d8 cold, lightning, or thunder damage. And you may slide it up to 10 feet if it's large or smaller. Damage is increased by 1d8 at 5th, 11th, and 17th level as a cantrip does. So yeah, this has been massively buffed. So, for one, it is now just casually 12 times bigger by default. At least until 6th level, when it is only 6 times larger, but still a massive improvement over the very, very limited range, and it no longer is always pushing away, as it is now a slide, which is in any horizontal direction, or vertical if it is swimming or in the air, basically like not on the ground. So yeah, it's just you get a lot more choice with the movement. 3rd level, don't know what I'm doing here yet. Same with 14th and 20th level. But at 6th level, we have Might of the Tides. Whenever you deal cold, lightning, and or thunder damage, add plus profit to the damage dealt of that type, and you have resistance to cold, lightning, and thunder damage. Rising Storm at 10th, meanwhile, which is renamed Stormborn. While Tidal Storm is active, you gain the following benefits of flight, so you get a fly speed equal to your walking speed. Immunity to cold, lightning, and thunder damage, so basically an upgrade to the resistance from Might of the Tides. And Torrential Fury, when you activate the damaging effect, target 2 creatures instead of 1, and you deal cold, lightning, and thunder damage, so it's just all the types at once. So you get to basically hit more people now. And that is the early look at the Druid, or at least what I've got of the Druid. This is definitely going to be revisited later, like the other 2 support classes, and probably in the future, the mages as well, because, yeah, they all have a lot of subclasses. Because the Warlock and Wizard, or Warlock and Sorcerer, are getting more subclasses. So rather than 4, they're going to have 6. So yeah, speaking of them, they will also be the next 3 classes I am working on, updating to 2024, so expect at least the base classes to be fully reworked to be ready for post-2024. But you'll have to stay tuned to the channel for that. You can also go back and look at the Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Fighter, and Paladin videos if you've missed those in the past. But without further ado, I will see y'all next time. Halo Zoo, out.